Hello, this is Super Cool. Time for another Super Cool Reviews. We once again continue our Kingdom Hearts months for 3 months with Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. And this is where the series went from, okay, it's easy to follow to, okay, yeah, it's hard to follow to. It's just, I don't even know what this franchise is anymore. Not to say it was a bad game, but it's so damn confusing. What's the plot? Sora and Riku return once again, this time to take the Mark of Mastery exam. The only difference, unlike the same one that Terra and Aqua did, they had to. This is where it gets confusing. They go to sort of like a dream universe in which they time travel to the moments to specific worlds before they were consumed by the darkness to find their sleeping keyholes. So yeah, there's time travel now in this series, and they have to seal 7 keyholes in order to prepare for Xehanort's Keyblade War, whatever it's gonna be. But suddenly, these weird stuff happening. Sora starts having weird visions, and also Ansem and Xemnas return. And they're separate people, but how can that be? Since 2 were defeated, Xehanort was recomplete, and also this mysterious silver hair guy appears, giving cryptic messages to Sora. And also Axel reappears, trying to find Zigbar and Sayax, and also Maleficent appear briefly, trying to look more about the data, something, I don't know, it's from Recoded, and that's all I could say. It's so. Let's talk about the con. That being, this game is a mind fuck. There are a ton of mind fucks in this game that you have after you saw you just go, what? Like, it doesn't have time for you to process what's going on. It just goes straight to what's gonna happen now, since there's lots of weird stuff. There's lots of POV, lots of exposition in this one that kind of retcons some previous stuff in the previous games. There's also still lots of talks about darkness and light and the Keyblade War and yada yada yada. Alright, now that's all that way, let's talk about the pros. That being, let's talk about one most people have, is the gameplay in this game. Hey, it brings back the command decks from Birth by Sleep, but it also adds a couple new things. That being flow motion, where you can do stuff, lots of parkour like swing on poles, grind on rails, throw huge enemies afar, hack into enemies, trap enemies into giant bubbles, into pop, etc., etc. It goes all over. At times, it's kind of hard to control, but as you progress, it's pretty easy. This game also introduces Dream Eaters, the replacements for your party members. Basically, these little creatures that you defeat, and when you defeat, you acquire these materials where you can create said creatures. You can create like a bat, or this weird mouse, cat, dog, plushy thing, this giant manta, this dinosaur, this bird, or this penguin, etc., etc. It's a lot. You can also learn how to trick. You can also level up your Dream Eaters faster by doing special mini games, and also you can feed them food, and also give them like nice tickling, so you can give them up. Like, at first, like, this is kind of, when I play this, like, this is fun and it's kind of cute. But after you see the cutscenes to Union Cross, well, without giving too much away, you really want to go back and support them a lot. And I also love in this game the music. The previous game Recoded, like, the music wasn't bad, but it's not memorable, honestly. It's just only a couple tracks and it's just kind of meh. Here, it's a lot more whimsical and more upbeat, but also sad, dark, and epic at the same time. Kind of like a epic Mickey type of feel. This game also introduces the drop gauge, basically a sort of time limit for your characters. I mean, it doesn't matter much, except during boss fights where you don't have your stats leveled up and the items you get. Another pro, in my opinion, is the voice acting. It's still good, except for Haley Joel Osment. This is where you can tell his voice was starting to lose his touch, but the other voice actors still do a good job, like David Gallagher, Richard Epcar, Quentin Flynn, Paul St. Peter, etc., including the Silver Hair Man, voiced by Ben Dinskin, and he does a perfect job as some, and you can probably guess who he is, but I won't give it away. So yeah, this game is good, though it's very confusing. It's not my favorite of the main titled games, but it's a worth shot. I give Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance a 75 out of 100. This is Super Cool signing off. Bye.